you stick around to the end, we'll take it to the next step and go a little further. So failure to stop. Everybody knows 2 to the chest, 1 to the head, the old Mozambique. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. It's a classic, works every time, right? Lest you miss. A lot of people don't know that there's another failure to stop drill. The idea with failure to stop is you're trying to stop someone completely. This forbidden technique that I'm about to teach you, we're going to call it the Fallujah Special because that's what I've heard it referred to as one time when I was in the Marines. This is 2 to the chest, 1 to the pelvis. Ouch. Well, the idea behind this isn't to be cruel unnecessarily because that's actually a violation of just war doctrine, which the Marines actually follows for the most part. The purpose of this really is just to stop someone. It was developed because I want to say it was in Fallujah or just at some point in the Iraq War. They would knock people in the head and just catch them on the corner or the side, maybe not hit them in exactly the fatal T, which is the central nervous system shutdown shot. If you don't hit them there, some of these guys would just keep walking at you with their finger on the trigger. Full auto AK, you know, you might catch a stray round like that. So what Marines started doing because of that is shooting for the pelvis. If you hit it, it's going to collapse inward on itself like that. It's got a very narrow part where it all connects together. And if you shatter that, not only is it extremely agonizing, but you're not going to be able to physically move. Imagine trying to drive a car with the axle busted in half. It's kind of the same thing. Well, the pelvis isn't as much of a kill shot as the fatal T, obviously. There's a lot of bleedy areas in there. There's the femoral, and you can't put a tourniquet anywhere in there. The purpose of this drill being that people are high or psyched out of their minds or something like that when you're shooting them, and that's why you're having to do a failure to stop. You hit that pelvic girdle, they collapse like a wet rag, and then they just kind of lay there squirming until they bleed to death, which is usually before they come to anyway. Not to mention, for some of you out there, it's a much bigger target. And I've seen some of you bastards shoot. You need it. That's far enough, Haji Bob. So I mentioned another special version of this drill, or the next step, I guess, and that is the box drill. I don't know if the civilian world calls it something different, but in the Marine Corps, it's where you take 2 failure to stops. You put them side by side. You're going to throw 2 to the chest, 2 to the chest, and then 1 to either the head or pelvis. Little Elvis.
Shooter's choice.
I set up a little closer this time so that you could possibly see the impacts on the target while I'm shooting. Let's start with failure to stop to the head, box drill, and then I'll go to the forbidden technique. Cool, and you can speed it up or slow it down. Let's check it out. The box drill is a great way to work failure to stops in a little more high-speed exercise where you're going to put a little more friction on yourself. You start slow and work your speed up wherever you're comfortable. Bill Gates, let the Guatemalan child go now, or I will be forced to act with deadly force. Lindsey Graham, I have been authorized by Raytheon to recollect funds you promised them. If you do not surrender them now, no, stop!